Hello, welcome in the next video. In this video, we'll talk about how to choose the best supply and demand zones. As you can see in this example, price is creating series of higher highs and higher lows. After the last high has been created, price did a pullback, and after the pullback, price broke structure to the upside with inefficient movement. So, how would you choose the best demand zone in this case? In order to find the best demand zone, you will have to find areas where IFC has been created. Okay, you will have to find the less recent candle before the inefficiency. Which is the less recent candle before the inefficiency? It's this downside candle. So as you can see, this downside candle was the less recent candle before the inefficient push to the upside. So in this case, this downside candle will be your right demand zone. You will expect some confirmation or long entry on this zone. But let's see what happens if the less recent candle before the inefficient push isn't the downside candle in the long example. So as you can see, price did a pullback, but the less recent candle before the inefficient push is an upside candle. You don't need to be scared. This will be your right demand zone again, because it doesn't have to be an opposite side candle. So yeah, in this case, you will choose the less recent candle again before the inefficient push to the upside. So once more, your right demand or supply zone will always be the less recent candle before the inefficient push. This is the number one rule. Let's see another example. In this case, price is creating a series of higher highs and higher lows again. After the last high has been created and the pullback happened, price started to slow down and started to create efficient movements. As you can see, all of these movements are efficient. The inefficiency came into the market with these candles. So in this case, we won't choose the last opposite side direction candle, so this zone, because it didn't create any inefficiency. Which candle created the inefficiency? This one again. So the last recent candle will be your right demand zone or supply zone before the inefficient push. So always choose the less recent candle before the inefficient push and the break of structure. As you can see, this structure has been broken by this candle and by this inefficient push. So this will be your right demand per supply zone every time. So let's see a live example for the best zone selection and the inefficient push. So as you can see in this region, price created a pullback with this candle, and after that, inefficient movement happened by these three candles. Which zone caused the inefficient push? It was caused by this downside candle. So this will be our right supply zone. And as you can see, we have an upside candle before this candle, but this upside candle didn't cause the inefficiency. The inefficiency was caused by this supply zone, by this downside candle. And as you can see, after this candle, the inefficient push came into the market. So this will be our right supply zone. Okay, let's talk about the long examples. As you can see in this region, price is creating series of higher highs and higher lows. Let's start from this region. As you can see, the inefficient push came into the market here. So we have inefficiency here. We will have to find the less recent candle before the inefficiency has been created. Which is that candle? It's this one. So this will be our right demand zone because it broke structure to the upside, it created inefficiency, and it swept liquidity from this region. So this will be a really strong demand zone. Let's see another demand zone. As you can see, an inefficient push happened here again. And before this inefficient push, price created a pullback. So this will be a downside candle before the inefficient push. So this will be another right demand zone because it broke structure to the upside again, created inefficiency, and actually created liquidity here, just above the zone. Okay, let's find another demand zones. So as you can see, price broke structure here to the upside, created inefficiency here. So we will have to find the less recent candle before the inefficient push. This candle is the last candle before the inefficient push. So this will be our right demand zone. As you can see, price broke structure to the upside here again. And we have inefficiency here. We have to find the less recent demand zone before the inefficient push and break of structure, which will be this one. And this goes on and on and on again. This is a really, really simple rule. You will always have to find the less recent candle before the inefficient push. Let's talk about the weak zones. As you can see, in this scenario, price is moving in a downtrend. After the high and the low has been created, price started to form pullback phase. This pullback phase is efficient, as you can see. After the pullback phase, price created a break of structure to the downside with inefficient movement. So these three candles are inefficient. This is the only scenario where you can't use the less recent candle before the inefficient push, because this candle is already mitigated by the following wick. So in this scenario, you will have to use the wick as the supply zone, because the orders are sitting on this candle this week and not on the less recent candle before the inefficient push. So this is the only scenario where you can't use the less recent candle before the inefficient push. Just think logically. Where are the orders sitting? They are sitting on this wick. So the orders have been placed on this wick because this wick caused the inefficient push to the downside. This less recent candle by the inefficient push is already mitigated by the following wick. So once more, this is the only scenario where you can't use the less recent candle before the inefficient push. Okay, that's your live example for this. Okay, so let's see the live example of the wick zones. As you can see, price is moving in a clear downtrend because it's forming highs, lows, lower highs, and lower lows. So let's just focus on this region. I will just zoom in. As you can see in this region, price has created inefficient move to the downside, so it's a really real inefficiency. Also, this inefficiency broke structure to the downside here, so it's a break of structure. Okay, what should we do in this case? Normally, we will look for a less recent candle before the inefficient push and the break of structure, and the less recent candle will be this one, because this candle is inefficient, this candle is inefficient, and this is inefficient. So the less recent candle will be this. But in this case, this candle has been already mitigated by the following candle's wick. So the orders are sitting on this wick and not on this candle, because this candle has been already mitigated. So in this case, this will be our right supply zone.